and this song like is a dance. I think people who've really experienced grief know they want to dance.
Yeah,
because like life is too short.
There's only so much that you can do.
There's only so many tears you can cry. So I hope people can like find solace in that and comfort in that. And
very excited for May 15th.
Yes,
it's coming up. What is good, wishers? I'm your host, Morgan Ashley, and this is Indie Tuesdays, where every week we come across up-and-coming new artists, and I get the chance to chat it up with them. Today, my Indie Tuesday artist of the day is a colorful, vivacious artist who is a singer, songwriter, producer, started at such a young age, and has been able to create a niche in her sound of more than just pop music. Please welcome one of LA Weekly's best pop artists in LA, Fiona Grey. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a little bit of a rough start, but we're getting in there.
No, we're excited. We're having fun.
I know we are. Yeah, we are having fun. That's the problem. I'm having too much fun.
No, exactly.
We've been able to chat it up a little bit, but there are people out there who are still trying to figure out your music and your sound, and I've had the chance to listen to your sound from when you started to
I can't believe you were dropping some when I first came in here. I was like, oh, I took that off the internet. You did your research.
Because it's cool. It's cool to see how you put in your work and you've paid your dues, and it's really cool. I love getting the chance to see how artists find their voice from their first projects to now, and just to see how, again, colorful your music style is. It's really cool. I mean, you have your own sound, but I get to hear who you are inspired by. I feel like you're inspired by sounds of Gaga and No Doubt, and a little bit of like something else that I can't put my name on it, but it's comforting and it's still you.
Yeah.
So
love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're welcome. So for those who are still trying to figure out like who you are as an artist, how did you find your sound?
I think that like I've been songwriting for a really, really young age. Like I wrote and released my first song at 6.
Wild.
Which is a crazy story. My dad was a rock and roll musician, but then when I was born, he wanted to play more daytime shows.
Okay.
And so
that's reasonable.
Yeah, he ended up getting signed to Disney.
Nice.
And when I was a kid, we would just write songs together. So it'd be like, I would make a lemonade stand, I'd write a song about it, he would add his guitar to it, and it got released on Disney when I was 6 years old.
That is cool.
It was insane. But I would just like write for fun. Like, it was, like, my dad would write, my mom was a singer, like it was what we would do in road trips, was just write songs.
Were you aware of the magnitude of how great an opportunity that was at such a young age? So many people at that age are still trying to figure out, I think I want to be a doctor, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, but I think it's play. Like I think at the heart of it, like music is play. Music is like it's taking the emotion that we have at every single age that are pent up inside of us and saying, oh, like there is a way that I can get this emotion out. And that is true if you are 8 and somebody steals your toys,
right?
Or if you're 18 and somebody breaks your heart,
right?
Like, it's still an emotion that you have to get out. And so I don't think I like looked at it like a career. I think I looked at it like a way of expressing.
Nice.
And I just don't think I ever stopped expressing. And like you get older, so you have different things to say.
Right.
So I think that's
the topics tend to grow as you get older as well.
Yeah, in an exciting way.
Yes, very exciting way. Like, let's talk about Exit XO.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I loved that.
There's like, I definitely like in the pandemic was just writing and so much music, and I was allowing myself to say like, oh, it's like not everything has to like exist within like this genre or this world or this whatever. Like it can just be like, I'm like vibing with some hyperpop right now. Like I'm gonna dance in that arena. And I think Exit XO was like, also it's like, I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship, it could be like a romantic or with a friend, where you're like, there's nothing left to say.
Yes.
Like, I have to leave. Like, and that is, and my boyfriend messaged me and he said, you need to Exit XO your attitude. And I was like, he's throwing it. And my attitude, it was valid.
Right.
It was valid. But I was like, you know what?
Like, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a good. I was
Going to.
good job.
Yeah.
Quote me if you're gonna diss me, I guess.
I feel like that's probably why I connected so well with that song, because I did connect it to an ex of mine, and I was like, oh my gosh, where were these words at the time when I was going through this?
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. And then all of a sudden you go into Sick of It.
Yeah.
How was that? Because that was a project that you were able to collaborate with
MNTR.
Yes.
Yeah. Sick of It came out, and this is fun because like I've been so in my new like album era that I'm like, oh yeah, I did that. I think that I was really into like Black Mirror, and I also was really trying to like make peace with myself and make peace with like how I look and who I am in this like filter beauty standard world. And I think that like honestly, like realizing how fake everything, like realizing how about 98% of the things, even if they just put a Paris filter, like there's no texture, like we have texture on our skin. And
it's supposed to be there for a reason, you know.
Even 20-year-olds have lines on their eyes, like
it shows that you've lived, you've enjoyed life.
Yeah, like everyone of all ages. And I just felt like I was just annoyed at that world, and it was fun to like play around. Like a lot of that rollout was like showing all the different ways that you can make my nose look.
Wow.
Like on filters. Like it's so dumb. But yeah, that was fun.
Talking about different ways of how you look and everything, and bringing up Black Mirror, I got the chance to listen to Past Life Party Girl. Yeah. And my mind automatically thought that this could definitely be in some type of Black Mirror episode. Yeah. And when I saw the video, it looked like so much fun. We were talking about it earlier. I want to bring it up again because the food and the costumes, everything, it just looked like a good time on set.
Honestly, it was. So would go into like the investments not to make. I bought out a costume shop in 2018. My boyfriend had dated me for a solid 3 weeks, and I was like, hey, do you want to go to Vegas? I'll pay for it. Bring your van. I'm going to pick up a couple costumes I bought. Right. I bought, and again, the price was a steal, so I do feel good about that. Okay. Like, I ended up buying out most of the inventory of Vegas's first costume shop. 750 costumes. I thought that I was buying individual costumes. I was buying lots. I was buying lots. Wow. So we ended up pulling a U-Haul up. So long story short, Past Life Party Girl was like the first time I was like, oh god, I've had these costumes like rotting in my life for that is such a perfect opportunity. And so we like styled everyone in them. It honestly, it did feel like we were playing dress up. It was awesome. And my best friend Celeste Talker, she did all of the food styling, and she did a phenomenal job. Like so fun. The Jello, like the movement of the Jello, and the color,
the cake and the cupcakes. You have to check out the music video if you haven't had the chance. It's one of her songs.
Also, I don't care. They can like sue me if they want. I like bought and returned that jacket. And so whenever people are throwing things, what you can't see is I'm like, not the jacket. Like, it was an expensive jacket.
Like the jacket.
I know, but the girl, not in the budget. It was not in the budget.
I'm pretty sure you're not the first and the last to do that. No. Fiona, you're good. We understand.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've been able to talk about your singles from past to present, and I know you have a new project coming up, but I want to get back to that. Yeah. I do want to take a quick second and give a shout out to our sponsors, PSS Home Care. Like how you guys are passionate about music, we know how passionate our partner PSS Home Care is in caring for your loved ones. PSS Home Care makes sure that your loved ones receive every single bit of comfort they deserve right in the comfort of their own home. PSS Home Care offers a set of excellent services ranging from home health aid to physical therapy to housekeeping and many more. So if you are in the New York area and are looking for some care for your loved ones, make sure to contact PSS Home Care by clicking on the link in our description. Don't forget PSS Home Care, because caring is their culture.
is where I wanna be. The special process you and me. Morning or night, whenever I'm here I feel so fine. Sitting here gazing at you with a cup of coffee, make it two. Every sip gives me delight, stirring up such joy inside. For it's not beautiful if it's not true. It's not the kind of warm if it's not with you. It's not my coffee if it's not me.
Now bringing it back to my Indie Tuesday Artist of the Day, Fiona Grey. I like how that rings.
Yes.
I love that. That's just
I know.
perfect.
I have to stop and like I can't say like, "Hey, it's Fiona Grey." 'Cause I'm like, she's already a Valley girl. Like it's too close to the line.
But it has such a nice ring to it. It's just so easy to just, it's so natural.
Yeah.
But
It's my actual, like, it's real. It's not, I didn't just pick a color. I like, they're like, oh, do you just pick a color? I'm like, no, it's like,
No, it's
my parents gave this to me.
they knew what they were
They
doing.
knew
though.
that they were like,
I love that. So, oh my gosh, I almost lost my train of thought. We are getting back into the swing of your musical journey.
Yes.
And your latest project now is High Low.
yeah, so High Low is the first single off my first album. So it's funny because
Oh, wow.
I've like released a lot of music
Yeah.
and I've been touring and like doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
But there was something really vulnerable about like making an album. I think there was this, I think truly like I thought there was going to be like a big sign that said like, hey Fiona, like make an album now.
Right.
Or I thought maybe there'd be like some nice gentleman in a suit who'd say
Right.
like,
Hey.
here's the money, like go make the album. And that like, it didn't come.
Right.
And people asked me for it and people are like, we'd love an album. But I hit a moment where I was like, no, I gotta do this like for my soul.
Right.
So about in September, I went to Rome and I recorded the album in Rome for a month. And
How was that experience?
honestly, like one of the most beautiful experiences
Wow.
in my life. Like I think escaping, and not in the negative escaping,
Right.
like actually like I think that we have done a horrible job as a society of pushing us into like girl boss, and it's really just like a capitalistic agenda.
Yes.
And like I'm not saying that in like even like that's not political. Like
No.
it is like girl boss is so that we work harder, but like feel more like depleted.
Right.
Like yeah, you can hustle and
Yeah.
you can like have something that you love to do.
Right.
But like at what like you have to like
There has to be-
take a moment.
There has to be a balance. There has to be one where you can be brought back to center.
100%. And so for me that was like I had been multitasking so much, and like even in the studio there were other things. My phone would ring, something for all the different costume shops, like all this bull.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so for me being in Rome was like I'm just focusing on my music.
Wow.
And myself, and that is like there was no bigger privilege in my life. There was a
Right.
lot of work to do before that,
Right.
so I could afford to do that.
Right.
But actually it was cheaper than doing it in LA,
Wow.
like studio price wise. So that
Wow.
made it. I sublet my house. My Airbnb was cheaper than I rented my house. Like all these things in the universe work so that I could just spend a month and just actually like focus
bring
on
out what
music.
you wanted.
So yeah, High Low is the first single off the album. We're doing the single rollout game, a single a month up until the album comes out, which is nothing that makes you just love your life more.
Yeah.
And
The anticipation though.
yeah. No, I honestly am very excited about it. I can laugh at it, but it's exciting. Like the first one, and then once that song comes out, it's like, okay, we're on this train. Like
rolling.
let's go.
Is there an album title that you're still trying to figure out?
There's an album title, I haven't announced it.
Okay, that's cool. The anticipation is part of the anticipation.
Yeah.
That we do know we can look for High Low.
Yes, it is. It's one it really sums up everything because it's a really a human record. Like it's really a record of like
it's a piece of you that people haven't been able to really see in a while. And
and I've touched on the subjects in other releases and in grief and joy, and I think that starting with High Low is like
a perfect example.
It's a perfect one, because if I look at like my life, and I think we all can have these moments, but I really had this 3-year period like of just true highs and true lows. And that seems cliche to tie it with the song title, but it's the perfect song to start this rollout with.
Nice.
So.
And it's out on all platforms.
May 15th,
May 15th.
Yes.
And if people want to know more about your future projects and follow you on your musical journey, what's the best social media for people to follow you on?
All of those little silly platforms.
Fiona Grey?
Yeah, Fiona Grey, Grey.
Okay.
Yeah. So Fiona Grey music on the platforms.
On all platforms.
High Low, yeah. I think honestly, I also think that like so many times when we go through grief, we want sad songs, and for me, the exciting thing about High Low is like, shit happens.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I lost my sibling the same week that I had a billboard on Sunset calling me the best pop artist in LA. Like, that's duality. Like, that is a moment of like
bittersweet.
Of like, you have just like somehow
tough.
You just hope you land in the middle so you don't fall off the edge. Or your head go too high that you go to the other side. And this song like is a dance. I think people who've really experienced grief know they want to dance.
Yeah.
Because like life is just short.
There's only so much that you can do.
There's only so many tears you can cry. So I hope people can like find solace in that and comfort in that. And
very excited for May 15th.
Yes,
it's coming up real soon, sometime within the week or two.
Yes.
But before we go, I do have a quick round of questions I want to ask. It's just like a yes or no kind of thing. Very easy.
Okay. I have trouble speaking, so I'll do my best.
So the first question is red or blue?
Red. Just like duh. Come on.
I was like, well, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
sorry, girl. It's all red.
Sneakers or heels?
Heels.
Okay. All right. I love sneakers, by the way, but heels are cute too.
We're like the duality.
yeah, that's what I'm figuring. Do you like coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I love coffee. We got
there. Yeah.
I love coffee and I like tea, but I just love
I love coffee. I drink an unhealthy amount. Like an impressive, like a Gilmore Girls level amount of coffee.
Like, you should own a coffee shop right now. I kind of need.
No, like I should. They should like go to some support group. I don't know, like a lot of coffee.
We'll go together after a few cups.
Yeah.
And one more question: ice or hot? Ice cold or hot?
This one got me.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah, there is. There definitely is a wrong answer. I want to say like I love ice cold, but it's just not good for singers.
No, right.
So I will lean hot.
Okay.
But if you ask me tomorrow, my answer might be different.
Yeah. Iced coffee, please.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
After 4? Sure, please.
Yes. It's just a different way of having coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah. Espresso martini, I will do it. Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I've had so much fun with you being my Indie Tuesday Artist of the Day.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Wish. This was very fun. I feel like this is happening. The album cycle has begun here. So thank you.
Just started now. So thank you for letting me be a part of that.
Yeah, thank you.
I look forward to hearing your High Low single out May 15th. Wishers, I had so much fun with you, but I will see you next Tuesday. I am your host, Morgan Ashley. Again, don't forget Fiona Grey. Wishers, keep on wishing.